Yo, what's up guys, welcome back for another YgoPro duel video. Fire King Ganesha, new Fire King support in Circuit Break, or Breaks, I believe the name is. This is currently my list, feel free to leave suggestions. I've tested a couple of things, like Yaksha in the main deck, the true King monster level 9 Flame Veil, Fire Dog as well, ties of the Brethren indeed with Yaksha, but eventually went with this version, with this build, with more hand traps and the Solemns as well, but again, feel free to leave suggestions. The new Fire King monster Ganesha is actually good at negates monster effects when it's on the field. Once per turn, of course, by destroying another fire type monster from your hand, so triggering the other Fire King monsters. Its second effect is that when Ganesha itself is destroyed, you can special summon another fire beast monster from your grave back to the field. So again, getting your Garonix, for example, or Barong back to the field. So let's see a few example duels. Right, a couple of example duels. First deck, I think my opponent is not really sure what deck he's playing. I believe it's a Subterrors, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, so normal summon Ganesha first, since Ganesha negates any monster effect. Well, it negates the activation. It does not destroy the monster, so that's something to keep in mind. It's good to negate a possible hand trap activation, or for an example on your field spell, so you can still search with your Fire King Island. He does have some decent moves to get his both his monsters on the field, but I think, yeah, indeed, my Barong is going to be destroyed during the end phase, because when a monster is special summoned off of Ganesha, during that same end phase, that monster is also destroyed. So again, possibly triggering Barong or your Garonix. Yeah, the way this deck is played, I mean, before this new support, it was always like you get your Garonix on the board, and every time during every standby phase, it's basically the same. Pop the entire field. Do the same thanks to Circle, for example. Pop your own Garonix during the next standby phase. Clear the field again. Hints and repeat. That doesn't really change anymore with this new support. Ganesha is excellent support again, negating monster effects from your opponent, but the concept still is the same for your Fire King deck. Eventually, I think I should be able to attack for a game, deal some nice damage, and yeah, the nice advantage here of your Fire King Ganesha is, again, when it's destroyed, you can special summon something like a Garonix or a Barong from your graveyard, and thanks to Circle, you can reborn two monsters, so both the Ganesha's effect and Circle's effect. So again, it's like same with 6 Samurai back in the old school days with, I believe the card is called Gunning of the 6 Samurai, something like that. Just put more damage on board and give your deck extra possibilities to OTK your opponent. Again, Ganesha, or at least in this case Garonix, indeed, providing double Barong searches. Circle is pretty much all. I can always instant search and search out my Ganesha, indeed. Here I think I should be able to attack for the game, indeed. So 2-7 directly with Garonix, and then use Circle to pop my own Ganesha, and that does triggering, and then special summon 2 monsters. But Barong in the hand also has that in-hand effect to get itself on the board, and yeah, deal the necessary damage to eventually attack for a game. So some nice advantages that this new Fire King card Ganesha gives you. Few examples again against dinosaurs. I get to start, which is fine. Again, normal summon Ganesha. I already have the Barong in grave to, I believe I searched Onslaught to have a possible play next turn. If you're playing against something tier 1 or these top tier like dinosaurs, Masterpiece, Turbo, or something like that, this deck struggles against those top tier decks like dinosaurs, like Masterpiece in general. So something like Kaiju's in the main deck is also definitely an option. But yeah, it's also one of the reasons why I still prefer running back row and, of course, the gazillion hand traps as well, to have some form of defense. But I saw other builds like running only traps, or at least only the hand traps, and with the true King monster, for example, the fire one, Yakshas in the main deck. Ties of the Brethren is also an option, but I didn't really like it that much. But yeah, it can possibly need more testing, right? Okay, Ghost Ogre, I believe one of his, I believe on his field spell indeed, but you know they always have a second copy of the field spell, so he's eventually able to establish a very nice board of Lagia, the rank 9, and I believe a Solemn Warning set. Immediately Cyclone, the back row, no, the Strike, use Fire King Island. He definitely should have used Lagia to get rid of the Fire King Island, since thanks to Fire King Island I'm able to get Garonix's effect off. Well, you know, he still has his rank 9 exceed to negate Fire Monster's effect, so he possibly would have been able to negate my Garonix from returning or activating its effect during his standby phase, but thanks to Strike I'm able to get rid of his rank 9 exceed, and thus Garonix is special summoned to the field and destroying all monsters on the field. But you know you're playing against a good deck, at least a top tier deck, and they always have answers, or at least more follow-up plays. So he's able to go for Castell and eventually drop his Tyranno to attack for a game. So a bit unfortunate, but on next duel the opponent gets a start. Cyclone, both or at least one of his back rows, hopefully hitting his own Cyclone or Strike or whatever, and then normal summon my Ganesha to attack over his monster. Barong, Netsmere Search, I believe. Yeah, I think I'd search out my Wolfbark previously. Maybe a better search would have been another Barong, since you know again, Ganesha can negate any monster effect, and you know you can, at least you have to pop another fire type monster from either your side of the field other than Ganesha or in your hand. So if you searched Barong earlier, you can destroy the Barong. So in this case I really didn't have a target to destroy if my opponent did activate a monster effect. But okay, Wolfbark can follow up here, and eventually thanks to Gagaga Samurai I can attack for a game. Wolfbark is still okay in the main deck. I saw a couple of builds running multiple Wolfbarks, Fire Fist Bear as well. Not really sure if I want to run Bear, but like maybe 1 or 2 Wolfbark in the main deck should be okay. Having the excess or the rank 4 exceed excess is, I think it's fine. Something like Tornado Dragon, Castell for example, or also, are good, right, to have the option. Eventually go for Barong as well. Drop double Barong and Garonix, and eventually, that's pretty much how the deck is now, or at least this format, this metagame. Either you OTK or your opponent is going to OTK you, especially if you're playing against something like Dinosaurs, which either establish a big board, like Lagia, the rank 9 exceed, or OTK you the next turn. That's pretty much current format, so some duels are a bit short. But anyway, so he got an excellent start, I believe. I did not attack, no reason to attack, I believe. Maybe attack into something like a Mirror Force. Well, the Sandstorm Mirror Force, for example. So just be safe to get, at least, use Garonix's effect during the next standby phase to, Darkhold the entire field. And in this case, get 2 Barong Searches during my own standby phase. Although I'm forced to burn a Strike already, since I think he had a perfect answer with both Call of the Haunted and his Subterra Final Battle to put his Ghost Ogre, his Venus, indeed back to face up. So you can possibly, or he would have been able to negate my Garonix in the grave. Anyway, Garonix back on the board, destroying the entire field, but he still was able to get a search, at least flip his monster face up to get 2 draws. So currently I'm sitting behind, although you see that my opponent's hand is not really too great. He has Desires with only 16 cards left in his deck, a Terraforming the Raigeki, which isn't really too great against something like Fire Kings. Anyway, Garonix again special summoned, reborning the Barong eventually because Ganesha was destroyed, and my opponent doesn't have any follow-up play. I believe double Terraforming being dead, so no Hidden City Search. Okay, he does destroy my Fire King Island, but again, that's not really going to matter. Eventually you can do, at least you can put a lot of damage on board, or more damage on board thanks to your Fire King circle. So again, this is currently my list. Feel free to leave suggestions. Other possibilities running the True King monsters, for example, Yaksha, Ties of the Brethren, Forbidden Chalice has always been, or at least has also been in the main deck. Ragnar Zero is good as a follow-up play after that, but feel free to leave suggestions, and guys, as always, feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.